Pits are growing out. I got a fresh batch of wax and some time on my hands, so I'm going to do an updated video of my sugar waxing. So the recipe with directions is on my last video, but as you continue to do this, you'll just learn how to eyeball the wax. One thing is, like, it shouldn't be so soft that it's like melting in your fingers, but like a test that I always like to do is that I can like press and still get an indent. If I'm not able to and it feels like a hard candy, then I'm gonna know that it's overcooked and I probably can't even use it. But this is what the wax is gonna look like when it's completely cooled down. The first time that you make it and you go to use it, you don't have to wait for it to completely cool down, but obviously, common sense, make sure that it's at a temperature where it's not gonna burn you. So what I do when I reheat is I just put this in the microwave. I don't wanna fucking hear about it. For like 10 seconds max at a time, and I just wait till I can easily like grab it with my fingers and I know that it's going to be spreadable. As you can see, I'm freshly showered, and that is going to be the best time to do your hair removal because your skin is soft and the hair is going to come out easily. Okay, so let's do it. So you can add baby powder, and that's really all that I know that you can use. If you want to kind of keep your skin dry, and I've also been told that it helps the wax like only grip to your hair. I personally don't feel like I need it, so I don't do that. Okay, so here's what we do. Let's see. So this part of my armpit hair is, it's like kind of growing up this way. So what I'm gonna do is I take the wax and I apply it against the grain of hair. This is not like regular wax where you go with the grain. With sugar wax, you apply against the grain and then you pull it up with the grain. And then it helps if you pull the skin taut. That helps so that you're not gonna like tug on the skin as you're taking off the wax and bruise yourself. So I usually have to go like 2 rounds on each area, and I try not to go more because then you're going to start irritating your skin. But as you can see, yum, we've already got some hair. Okay, so let's go again in that similar direction. I think this is the way that I did it. So and the thing is like your hair, everybody's hair is different, and your hair might grow in all different fucking directions, and so with that, like, you're just gonna have to be going all over the place. So I'm pulling my skin taut. I'm doing some tricks with my body, and I am applying it against the grain. And here we go. Whee. Here, oh, oopsies. Oh, okay. My wrist doesn't flick that way. Sometimes it gets stuck like this, and then we just, I just go with it. There we go. And then sometimes when I'm having trouble, I just say, fuck it, and I go the opposite way. I will say, I did do this batch of wax, and it was, like, a little soft. So whenever I, like, let it cool down and I realize that I've undercooked it, I literally just, like, put it back in the microwave. Once again, fuck off. And I just let it, like, reboil 1 or 2 times, like, a minute each, and it usually gets, like, the perfect consistency. So I've noticed that this one's she's being a little finicky bitch. But she's still doing her job. So, yes, I am bleeding. That happens. And we all saw that struggle that I just had, so. Sometimes I have some stragglers. And if they're not getting picked up with the wax, I go in with a pair of tweezers. Because, like I said, you don't want to be going over a spot of skin too much because you're going to start irritating yourself. And this sugar wax does kind of, like, exfoliate your skin a little bit. So if you think about it, if you just keep going over and over the same spot, you're going to exfoliate your skin raw. I have not waxed my armpits in a minute. I've been pretty lazy, or I just haven't had a batch of wax when it's time. So I have been shaving my armpits, and when that happens, it is normal. Sometimes I do bleed. You can bleed when you wax, when you're ripping that hair out of the follicle. Let's try to clean up these little areas right here. There we go. I think I got everything, just about, but like, not bad. I probably could just use that same ball of wax, but I don't want to struggle again and on camera, so I'm just gonna do a new ball of wax. While I do that, if you had questions for me where you asked if you could change the recipe, I don't fucking know. I'm sorry. This is the recipe that I have been doing for over 5 years, and that is all I know. I'm sure lime juice is just fine. Organic sugar, you do your thing, girly. And if you don't have a candy thermometer, you're going to make your life a lot more difficult, but you're welcome to give it a shot. I personally don't. Okay, just go for it. So anyways, this is a fresh ball of wax. If you ever feel like your wax is giving out on you, you can tell that it's time for like a new ball of wax when it's just like getting stuck to the skin, and like the wax kind of starts to look white, like you may have noticed with the other one. So just grab some more, girlfriend, boyfriend. And like it's not the easiest waxing yourself, obviously, because you got to go at all these angles that somebody else could just easily get on you, but to me it's worth it rather than paying someone. Okay. It does hurt. Other pro tip is if you get it stuck to your skin, you just take your ball of wax and you just whoop, 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 whoop. And worst case, if you ever have a piece of wax on you and you cannot get it to wax off for yourself, just abort mission, hop in the shower. It's water soluble. That's what water soluble means. And then I'm all done, so I just throw away your little puke ball. Don't put it back in your clean wax. For the love of God. So that's it. And then I go in with like a warm towel. I rinse off the excess wax, and I like to put like a calming serum and some moisturizer over it, and then you set to jet. Don't sweat for 24 hours.